In this video series, I'm going to cover making a basic car game in Scratch 3. Um, so the first step for this is we need a car because the cat's not really a car. So I'm going to open up and search for a car, and I'm looking for one that doesn't have a background. This checkerboard is going to be miserable to work with, whereas this, again, has an ugly background. That has a nice clean background, so it's easy to work with. So this is a good one. This is an okay one. It's got a little bit of stuff to clean up, not terrible. Those would be hard to work with. This one would be miserable. I'm gonna take this freight car. I kind of like how it looks. So I'm going to, even better, I like this white one better. I'm gonna take and right click, save image as car. I'm just gonna clobber the one I have. And then I'm going to take and get rid of my cat. And I'm going to upload my car. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to go to costume, and I want to get rid of this extra spot here. So I'm going to grab the paint bucket. I'm going to make sure my fill is in the cross out, because that's root delete, and delete everything that's there. And I'm going to use the eraser to get rid of this little extra thing here, because if we don't get rid of this, the edge of the sprite is going to be all that stuff versus the actual thing. So our next step from here is in our code is we're going to need to scale this guy that way down because he's way too big right now. So let's go grab our favorite block, the flag clicked. All right, and we're gonna go to looks, and I'm gonna change size by set size to, let's try 10%. A little small. 15%. That doesn't look too bad. It's a little, it's not great, but it'll do the job. Maybe. Nope. Control Z. Let's try 20%. That looks pretty good. Now, a car with less detail would probably work a little better. The scaling is not wonderful. I could edit this in another tool and then bring it in, but let's just start with that. Now, the first step is to get my car moving. This is going to be very much like the very first thing they did. I want the up arrow to accelerate my car, and the left and right to turn the car. So we're going to grab a control, grab a forever, grab an if. We're going to do sensing, key pressed, up arrow is pressed. We're going to, instead of moving, we're going to create what's called a variable to keep track of our speed because it's going to slowly accelerate. So make a variable called speed. And when at the arrow, it's going to change variables, change my speed by 3. And now forever, we're always going to move speed steps. And then if I'm going to duplicate this, grab the extra one here. I'm going to grab the down arrow. It's going to change the speed by 6 because our car is going to slow down faster than it goes. So accelerates a little too fast. Oh, negative. Let's try again. And just get ourselves started. Let's put ourselves here. Oh, I'm going to stop. We need some setup code. We're going to grab a motion, grab a go to position code. Again, I'm like negative 180 and 0. We also need to reset our speed, so we're going to set variable to speed to 0. So let's try this again. If I hold back too long, we go negative. So maybe when you start, so the car slows down naturally, I'm going to duplicate this chunk of code, and we'll go -1. So now he should never really go negative unless we're actually in reverse. So let's take and put a block on this. So we're in control. I'm going to go put an if statement right before. Come on. And apparently Scratch is going to freeze on me. And the bell is going to ring. Okay, let's try this again. That's there. I want this here. And we're going to do a check if speed is less than 0. Variables set speed to 0. So it accelerates nicely. Maybe this should be a 1. Maybe this should be -2. Actually, this should be 2, -3. Let's take a look and see. That looks really good. I hold down, kind of accelerates. We could also put a top speed in. Let's do that quickly. Get rid of the extra move. If speed is, no, operators greater than 15, set speed to 15. So now I hit top speed. And then we can tweak all these things. But now we'll have a basic movement things. Next step is we'll add a reverse button, and then we'll start with steering. But that's it for this